Yeah.
Well, let's check it first, Kenan.
Yeah.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Can you guys all hear me now? We're going to try this again. Let me know. Let me know if it's working or you can hear me. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. If you can hear me, let us know. Okay.
Okay. That's fine, Austin. We're back.
Okay, we're back. All right. Thank you all very much for your patience.
Yeah.
A little technicality. It sometimes happens. I appreciate your patience. Okay. So let me make sure that you can see me and you can hear me. So we should be on recording. Anyway, let me go back into lighting the incense, which is about trusting your dreams, knowing that your dreams are coming true, and helping you manifest that. So let me do this. Thank you so much. I'm glad you can see and hear me now. The group card tonight is being wide open. This energy is going out to you to be able to express openly who you are, what it is you want, and your uniqueness to the world. There's no other voice like yours. Right, Laurel? There's nobody else like you. There never has been anyone else like you. Nor will there ever be, again, anyone else like you now. You're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. And that is to empower yourselves and to empower others. Ask yourself, how can I empower others? Because every one of you has a very, very unique gift. This group card tonight, wide open, it's about expanding your horizons beyond what you believe to be are your limitations. And so that's a lot what the show is about. Sometimes the cards come up to go, wait a minute, this might be a limitation here. Rather than take it personally, just go, you know what? You could take it or leave it, but I really don't need this limitation anymore. And Marilyn Pitts and I have talked about this quite a bit. We'll also have Marilyn and Abby. We've talked about it, and Diane, and pretty much everybody on the show. But right now, the universe is supportive of new ideas and new approaches, right? They're open. It's open to creation. And this is where Kenan was talking about self-observation. Where is this thought coming from? Where did it originate? Am I picking it up from somebody else? Is there an invasive energy here? Practice, practice, practice. It's practice, not perfection. But that's what I bless you with tonight. It's about not trying to force a door open, right? Sometimes you can't really force a door open, especially one that you're not supposed to go through. On the same level, you cannot force a mind to open. So when you're dealing with family members or you're dealing with friends and they're just not getting it, think to yourself, okay, what do they need? And how much are they able to handle? So those are two very, very important questions. And then we actually pulled a second group card tonight that I want to touch on. This is called Ghost Lands. This is being here and now. Stay away from the ghost lands. The ghost lands are the past, and the ghost lands are the future. Now, it's not that you don't try to make plans for the future, but if you get stuck in worrying about the future, you're in the ghost lands. These are the good old days. Yeah, we had some good times in the past, but these are the good old days. And the future right now has no substance. It doesn't exist. And there's no grounding in trying to plant yourself in the future. And you can't live there. You can't live in the past. You can't live in the future. So be here, be now. That will help you excel at your self-observation. Okay, John, I think you're on first. Oh, good. Lana's here. Thank you so much, Lanny, for being here. All right, so John, you're on first. Heal the ouch. If you ever get a paper cut, John, you know that they really hurt. And so then when you're handling paper, if you ever get a paper cut, you're handling paper a little bit differently so you don't get a paper cut again, or you do your best not to get a paper cut. Paper isn't meant to cut. It just sometimes it happens. This is healing the ouch and not beating up on yourself or the paper for cutting you or getting cut. The fact is that you're still using paper, right? Everybody still uses paper. So this is about, in any way, shape, or form, are you willing to stop beating up on yourself? I'm always and forever free of beating up on myself. And then maybe using thicker paper so it doesn't cut you. But still moving forward. You're not going to stop using paper because it cut you. You're not going to try to still develop relationships because you got burned or cut. It's still good. Those relationships are still good. They're still coming towards you. So never give up. Never surrender. Never give up. Never surrender. Okay. Who's next?
So next, let's do Mark Linscott.
Hey, Mark. Thanks for being here. Great to have you. So what we do, Mark, everybody welcome Mark. What we do here is I shuffle the cards, and your best and highest message pops out. Okay? Oh, and there's one that fell out. It's called the Gentle Gardener. Be gentle for yourself. This is sending you energy, Mark, to be gentle to yourself. And anywhere where you were taught to beat up on yourself, are you willing to let that go now? And this is tending your own garden. So Lana's on the show. As a kid, Lana and her family raised potatoes. And one of my least favorite things in life, now this was like only, I was only like 6, 7, 8 years old, was to go out and pick potatoes. I didn't really understand it at the time, and it was not easy work. But, or going out into the field and helping bale hay. I didn't understand it. It was somebody else's garden. But when I got an adult and I began to cultivate my own garden, I realized I no longer had to deal or work in other people's gardens. I had my own garden. Your way of life, the rows are being tilled. The seeds are being planted. You're guaranteed a harvest. But this is okay for you to do your own thing, to do your own garden, and be free of criticizing people that have planted potatoes. When you want to plant turnips, turnips are great too. Spinach is awesome. Popeye eats it. And not looking at other people's gardens and how well or how poor they're doing. This is looking at your own garden, you're doing really well. You're doing really well. Are you willing to give yourself a little more credit, Mark? Yeah, you're going to get bunnies that sometimes come and eat your carrots. But the bunnies aren't bad. It's just they're carrot eaters. And you can expect some things to come along to so-called spoil your garden. But in the bigger picture of things, you're still going to have a lot of carrots. There's still enough for the bunnies. Okay? All right. And we'll talk. All right. Who's next?
Lindsay's next.
Lindsay? Hi, my dear Lindsay. Thank you for your contribution. I really appreciate it, Lindsay. I'm using more of a whimsical deck tonight. I think you kind of saw that. But I thought it was important. Great card, Lindsay, and great card for every one of us. This has to deal with, it's called the talisman. So, and Mark and John and everyone on the show, if I haven't gotten to you yet, this message, of course, is for Lindsay, but it's for every one of us. Because, Lindsay, the lessons you've learned are now being crystallized as earned wisdom. They're like jewels. And you have all you need right now for all of the success that you seek. Okay? Listen. Are we all willing to give up the fear of making a mistake, Lindsay? When you have the fear of making a mistake, guess what? The universe goes, okay, I guess she wants to make a mistake. Okay, we'll give her more mistakes. Give up the fear of taking the wrong path. Give up the fear of making a mistake. You've got this, girl. All the lessons you've been through have been crystallized. They're jewels. You can go flaunt them. You can go show them off. You can go sell them. You can profit from these lessons and from your gut because they're really stored. These lessons are like jewels stored in your gut, not your head, but your gut. And this is great fortune awaits you. I'm going to repeat this. Everybody on the show, do you hear this? Great fortune awaits you. Trust your gut. Trust those jewels. You've earned your success. You've earned the right to be here. It's a fantastic message. Okay? So are you willing to give up the fear of learning too late? I mean, learning too late and making a mistake is kind of the same thing. Tomato, tomato. Right, Lindsay? So, also, I don't know, maybe you're going to a toga party? I don't know. Because this girl looks like she's wearing a toga. I don't. Okay. All right.
Jeff Reynolds.
All right, Jeff. Oh, I cracked myself up. I'm sorry. Okay. So, Jeff, I don't know. I used to live in South Dakota. I used to live in Kansas. And you know what? I lived in a trailer in South Dakota, which is fine, except during tornado season. So we had places to go. We had friends that had basements. We had like city buildings in this little town of Vermilion, South Dakota. We had places we could go, like city buildings, in case there was a tornado. And when the sirens would sound, you just headed for the shelter. The point is, Jeff, is, and everyone, the universe gives you sirens. And you don't go back to the trailer when you hear a siren. You go to a basement, you go to a shelter. And there's always a shelter. So when it gets to be too much, there's no wrongness or it's not less courage. You don't have to stay in the trailer to go, you know what, I'm brave. I'm brave. It's not about that. Or what other people are going to think if you leave the trailer. Like, it doesn't matter. You go to your shelter. You go inward. The main thing of this card is, this too shall pass. Every storm passes. And not all storms are destructive, right? So still take shelter, but learn from the storm. This is also, we can't see sometimes the storms in life that we go through, and I'm talking like Mark, Lana, everybody on the show. We can't see sometimes the storms that come up, but they are spreading seeds. Storms, that's one of the main reasons the storms occur in nature, is to clear out the dead and spread seeds. So this is even through the stormy times of life, you're still an inspiration, you're still spreading seeds, and you're helping people empower themselves. These are the seeds of empowerment. And the other thing is, Jeff, don't be afraid to be the storm. Don't be afraid, be free of fear, or I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I would highly suggest being free of fear of being the storm, shaking things up. It's okay to shake things up, because when things shake up, like within families, within companies, within groups of people, there's a lesson there. And that is the beauty of it. That's a seed. Okay. Who's next?
Marilyn Pitts.
Hey, my dear Marilyn Pitts. I really, after Thanksgiving, I really want to start having each of you on the show just for a few minutes, just to talk about anything you want. You know what would be a blast, Marilyn? Is to make a trip to Arizona. I think that would be so much fun to hang out. This is the card about becoming resilient and adaptable. So, I'll give you an example. So I sent Diane, my sister, who I'll be reading for in a minute. It's her birthday, by the way. Everybody, happy birthday, Diane. Woo! Okay. Anyway, Diane came down with you know what in around 2020. Not going to mention what it was. I'm not going to be flagged or anything. So we all know what that wonderful year 2020 brought. And then she's had it for 3 years now. So I read an article that chewing nicotine gum or nicotine patches dispels those symptoms. Well, people are like, some people are like, I'm not going to do nicotine. No way. No, it's bad, wrong. This is an example, Marilyn. But anyway, within about 2 or 3 days, something simple like that really, really worked. Anyway, and you guys can do the research on it. But my point is if you're closed-minded toward an idea like that, and I know, Marilyn, you're not, but this is about being adaptable to other people that have closed minds. It's where they're at. You have to honor, sometimes you just choose to honor people where they're at with what they know and understand that they're just in fear. So sometimes it takes being adaptable to let go of trying to get across to them or have them understand you. Because sometimes it's just a big waste of energy if people are not ready to hear what it is you have to say, nor do they have the capacity to understand what it is you have to say. So please, let that go. And you can thrive and adapt to any new environment. So this is giving you huge kudos, which indicates that there's some opportunities, there's new ways of thinking that are coming your way that you never even thought of. But consider the possibilities. I mean, it's thrilling. It is thrilling. Okay.
Marilyn Abbey.
Marilyn and Abby. Okay, my dear Marilyn and Abby. I love Marilyn and Marilyn together. Okay. I don't usually use this deck, but tonight I'm kind of digging it. It's really a beautiful deck. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by. That has made all the difference. What if there is never any wrong choice? Sometimes people come, and I know we've kind of talked about this, Marilyn, where they want to have you make the choice for them. No. Allow, and you're really good at this. You allow people You allow people to make their own decisions. But right now, this card is indicative that you're required to make a decision, and you cannot make the wrong decision. Because the way forward, Marilyn, it can't be known until you've taken a few steps forward. But it's also a way to develop or to trust your intuition. So I'm speaking to everybody on the show, everybody I read for, everybody I'm going to be reading for. Trust the decision. You do have to make a decision because that propels you forward, and you can always change the decision, but trust your gut. Know that success lies in choosing consciously. And you made leaps and bounds. You've spent your whole life, Marilyn, focused on conscious living. And Myrtle Fillmore will be there with you. I mean, she's coming up again. I think if any of you missed the show the last time, or a couple of times ago, Myrtle Fillmore was the founder of Unity Church, and Marilyn's an amazing, amazing minister for Unity Church. It's how we met many years ago. And I just made the connection because I couldn't remember the founder's name, but Kenan looked it up. It was Myrtle. They live in Myrtle Beach, and they live on Myrtle Street. So we all have help to guide us and to direct us to make a decision. And this is not the time, and it's not the time for any of you to abdicate your responsibility for your life. Great card. I love this. All right, my dear Abby. One Ring Circus. By the way, I have to give Abby a shout out. If any of you are looking for Christmas decorations, go to her Etsy site. It's Wreath It by Abby. Is that correct?
Right.
Wreath It by Abby. WREATH. Wreath It by Abby. She's come up with these very whimsical Christmas decorations that I freaking love. I think they're amazing. Anyway, what made me think of that, Abby, is this One Ring Circus. If you guys, you'll know what I'm talking about. And what I'm chuckling about is when you look at her Etsy page, she's got one ring over this particular piece of art that she's made. So this is about becoming more independent. Doing this for yourself, it's okay to do it by yourself. This is you. This is you working more with spirit and guidance without the help, without outside interference.
Abby says she doesn't have it on Etsy yet. It's just Facebook.
Oh, it's just Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, so on Facebook, Facebook, it's Wreath It by Abby. So, thank you for clarifying that, Abby. Yeah, so everybody go to Facebook, Wreath It by Abby. You'll see her amazing stuff. You're about to enter into, I love this because this is for everyone. You're about to enter into more meaningful relationships that will propel and support you to get what you want. And you're attracting people that are going to mirror your wholeness. because that's the people you want more of, are these whole people, or people that have gotten their lessons. And as Lindsay, we talked about Lindsay with the jewels, right? These solidified jewels that are in your gut. You're going to be joining like I don't know, a jewel collection company, a company of people that are compiling the jewels. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I mean that metaphorically, but being able to work with people and go, oh, I love that diamond. You want to see my ruby? What about this emerald? Oh my gosh, Marilyn, look at Marilyn's emerald. It's comparing these jewels and these lessons that we've learned. So it's absolutely beautiful. You can achieve anything at this time. This is the one-man show, the One Ring Circus. All right, who's next?
Great, Laura.
Hey, my dear Laurel. It's great. We haven't heard from you in a couple weeks, so I'm really excited you're here. And for all of you that don't know, Laurel is an amazing performer. So Laurel, this is the 18 card. It adds up to the number 9, which is the ending of something and then a brand new beginning. So you never have to dam the magic stream. To preserve the water, oh my gosh, the magic stream is endless for you. Everything is connected through this universal flow of consciousness. And girl, you're in midstream. You're not bumping along the edges anymore in your raft and getting hung up. You're actually in midstream, in mid-flow, and these downloads and consciousness and messages and energy and vibration, like when you're performing, even when you're present and you're not performing, your energy and your vibe is being felt by others. And understand, I've said this before, your light can shake up, and often does shake up, other people's demons. So it's not about you. It's really not about them. It's about what's on them and what their belief systems are and what their demons are. And so the darkness is always afraid of the light to be exposed. This is, you are okay. You are on the right track. And okay, so what? You exposed some demons along the way. Yay for you. Yay for Marilyn. Yay for Laurel and Marilyn and everybody on the show, right? And you're a channel. So Laurel, would everybody just jot this down? I'm a channel for great inspiration. I'm a channel for great inspiration. You are that. You absolutely are that. And again, thank you for pulling this card, because everyone on the show, everyone watching this show, even if you're not on it tonight, you're watching it later. I am a tool. I'm a channel for great inspiration. Wow. Fantastic card. This is more and more blessings coming. Who's next?
You can do Austin.
Okay. Oh,
Diane.
okay. Austin. This is, Austin, the coming together. This is stop waiting for a sign you've got the sign. So this is a good relationship. Are you willing to let go of anywhere second guessing yourself or second guessing the other person? This is the time to move forward. This is time. We had the earlier card was just stepping forward, right? Lindsay's card was the talisman. It's just moving forward. Absolutely taking the step forward. You can't go wrong. Okay. Who's next?
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, Diane. Happy birthday. Oh my gosh. Great, great blessings to you on your birthday. It's a very auspicious time. So, this is the balancing act. We talked about this today over the phone, right? This exercise right here will help integrate the brain. It actually helps to balance the brain, right? And do more of those. I'll remind you as a birthday present. But this is also the number 11, which is an angels. It's spiritual guidance. And this is giving you kudos that you're calm within no matter the outward conditions. So a tightrope walker trains in very calm weather, but they also train in stormy weather. And this is giving you kudos for how far you've come. You're halfway across the rope. Keep going. No matter the conditions, it's being calm inside. Even when things around you are completely topsy-turvy. Okay? So it's... Each of us has our own gifts in this circus of life. So some are elephant trainers. Some are lion tamers. Some are tightrope walkers. Some are acrobats. Some are clowns. This is not envying a clown if you're a tightrope walker. Okay? It's about not getting involved in someone else's circus. Like you've heard that term, not my monkeys, not my circus. Truly, you're the tightrope walker. You don't have to worry about being a monkey trainer. You don't have to worry about selling the popcorn out front and being the trapeze artist and being the lion tamer. No. You are you. This is you moving forward with who you are without needing to be anyone else, especially a monkey trainer. Okay? All right. Happy birthday.
So, you've got Jared and Kat next.
Okay, Jared. So, Jared, I've got to tell this story. So, Jared called me Saturday. And a lot of times when you call me or text me after a reading, sometimes I have to back up the show and listen to what I said to you because it actually does come through me. I don't always remember. But he had texted me earlier in the day and he goes, "My mind is blown." I go, "Really?" He goes, "But I'm in class right now. I can't talk." So he calls me later that night. And I guess a couple of weeks ago, I had said on the show that a yellow serum was going to change your life. A yellow liquid is going to change your life. Well, he'd flown down to Florida to attend this very specific class. And one of the things that they introduced, which is scientifically revolutionary, I feel like it's going to change a great deal of things. is this yellow serum that he was introduced to. So I love how Spirit's working through every one of you. It's really phenomenal. And he was, I'm not a medical person, so I'm not going to try to describe it. I'm not going to try to anything. But I just wanted to reiterate, Spirit knows what's going on with each of you. Trust it. Trust your source. You might want to call it Spirit. You might want to call it Source, God, whatever you call it. All right, Jared. So the caterpillar does not have a clue that's going to become a butterfly. So Mark, if you're still on the show, Jeff, everybody that I read for, everybody that I'm going to read for, this is Jared. You could have an idea. Go with the feeling of what it is you want rather than the construct of what it is you want. Because this card is telling me to tell you that the construct is much bigger than what you're thinking. But this is still in the pupa stages. This is still in the, it's not the caterpillar stage. This is the pupa stage where the pupa, wraps, the caterpillar's wrapped itself up. It's before it becomes a butterfly. And right now you can't imagine what that is like. So you don't know what route it's going to come, but it's coming. But it can look very different how it comes than any way that you can try to figure it out or force it to come. Be free of forcing an outcome. All right, my dear cat. This is Peaks of Joy. All right. So there's a grandmother coming through, and she's talking about meringue. Like on meringue pie, lemon meringue pie, meringue on pie, chocolate meringue pie. I don't know if you're making meringue for Thanksgiving. I don't know why this meringue is so... Even the word meringue might be a good name for a spa. I don't know. But this is your life becoming more and more filled with joy, filled with happiness, and then sharing it with others. The joy is yours. Absolutely. Not just an almond joy, but absolute pure joy. Opening up to that, no matter what your inquiry with, you're going to be happy with the results. What your inquiry is to the universe, this is happiness, this is joy, and you're coming closer and closer each day to this achievement. It's like Kenan was telling me the other day, he's been working out for a year or two now at the gym, and yesterday he reached a peak that he'd never been at before with leg press. This is all the work you've done, boom, you hit it. This is the world singing this beautiful harmony for you. There's more harmony, more magic. Allow it. You deserve it. Okay?
Awesome. So it's Lana, Vicky, and Mark and the Shield.
Lana and Vicky and what?
Mark and the Shield are all on.
Oh, awesome. So Lana, Vicky, Lachelle,
Right.
Okay. And Mark too?
Right.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Vicky, Mark, and Michelle.
Okay, so,
And
all right.
Marky Jr. we got her.
All right, my dear Lanny. Okay, so this is the number 4 and the number 7. It's 47. It adds up to 11. But you don't see sometimes how okay, so this card could easily say 11, but it isn't. It's 47. So you take, Lana, you take numbers that are not related and they add up to this angelic guidance. You have disparaging. It's an even number and it's an odd number. 4 is even, 7 is odd. And you don't think that they would mix, but they do. It's math. There are circumstances in life, things are pretty even. You know, they flow, they go, things are good. And then you get a 7 come up, or you get an odd number. You get a really odd thing. You get a really weird thing. You get a really disturbing, distressing, odd thing happen in your life. Somehow, some way, it adds up to 11. It adds up to understanding and a revelation. So it's like Jeff's card earlier about the storm. Not all storms are bad. They come to clear energy and expose and clear what no longer serves you or your family to the best and highest. It exposes belief systems. It exposes behaviors that no longer serve that person. But again, you can't force a door to open. You can't force a mind to open. I know you know this, Lana. We're talking here. But this is the sacred pool. You can lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. You've been drinking from the sacred pool. You cannot make other people drink from the sacred pool. What this is this pursuing of spiritual attributes, looking at or knowing why we're here, what we've come to do, and we're really here, as far as I'm concerned, to really empower other people. Unless those people do not want to be empowered. Then you go, well, there's somebody out there that does want to be empowered. So you can offer people your knowledge. You can offer people your wisdom. But if they don't want to take it, there are people out there that will. Okay, and then we've got Mark. Oh, Lachelle, right? Okay, Lachelle, my dear. So as a kid, Lachelle, I really, really loved Mounds candy bars. I didn't like Almond Joys. Because they hurt my teeth. So but for some reason, my mom always bought Almond Joys because she liked Almond Joys. So I would eat around the coconut and the chocolate and then spit out the almond because it hurt my teeth. I was a kid, right? Life is an Almond Joy. Loss is a part of life. Letting go and giving yourself time to heal. Now, in your case, Lachelle, this is spitting out the almond, and it's okay to spit out the almond. It used to make my mom mad. And I look back and I go, why were you mad? Well, it was like a waste of food. There's starving children in China, she'd say. Like, well then, give me their address and I'll send them the almonds. It's like you can't please everyone, so are you willing to let go of pleasing actually anyone? Because the people you're trying to please sometimes don't even know what pleases themselves. So how can you know what pleases them? So it can keep you in the squirrel wheel, right? Also, this is letting go of energies that you're picking up. So there's a comedian duo team called Cheech and Chong. Your dad and mom know about this. I know Lana knows about this. But Cheech and Chong were their comedy was around being doped up all the time. And so this one scene goes, they're walking down the street, and Cheech goes to Chong, hey, what's that? And Chong goes, oh, that looks like dog crap. He goes, well, I don't think it's dog crap. Here, touch it. He goes, oh, man, I don't want to touch it. Touch it, man. So he touches it. He picks up the dog crap. He goes, what does it feel like? He goes, it feels like dog crap. Well, smell it. And anyway, he goes through it, right? And it ends up, the whole comedy routine is, it's dog crap. You don't have to pick up other people's dog crap. You don't have to pick up other people's energies. If you have the ability, Lachelle, to feel other people's energies, you have the ability to bring that power back in and not feel it, or return it, or be selective when you use it. So, yes, I'm a psychic. My brain is going all the time if I choose to. If somebody asks me for a reading, I help them. I get paid for it, but I will help them. And because that payment is a very important exchange of energy. So this is you being very and more discerning about when you use your gifts. Okay? So I'm not using them all the time because I choose not to. Because some people aren't ready to hear it, or they can hear some of it, but they can't take all of it. Okay? So this is letting go. And taking the almonds with the coconut and the chocolate, and focusing on the coconut and the chocolate rather than the almond. And if other people are going, hey, that almond's good, you should have eaten the almond. No, you don't gotta. And are you willing to let go of your perception of unfairness? You're not a victim, but you are a traveler on a hero's journey. You're a winner. You're a hero. Okay. And then we've got Mark. No, Vicky and Mark, right? Okay. Okay, so Vicky, thank you all for being here for the first time. This is awesome. Excuse me. Anywhere, Vicky, where, excuse me, anywhere where you have okay. Anywhere, huh?
Sorry, could you line up the card? Sorry.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So, Vicky, this is the Field of Dreams. You were taught to build a field of dreams for other people, or to live vicariously through your mother, or for your mother to live vicariously through you. This is invasive energy. It is anywhere where that energy has come in, are you willing to return to sender? Because this has contributed to the self-worth, and that your dreams aren't worth anything. And so it's created an anger that's not yours. It was created from your mother. Very clear on this. This is time for you now to build your field of dreams, not vicariously through your kids, or what it is you want for them, or what you expect of them. This is letting go and breaking that chain that's been through your family for probably generations from your mother, and trying to live up to her expectations, which were unnatural. They were invasive, and they were, anyway, I'm not going to go on and on, but you got my picture. You got my point. This is time for you to get back to who Vicky really is and do your dreams and live for you. Get what you want and be free of wanting anything for your kids, because they have their own desires. They have their own goals. They have their own dreams. Okay? So this is a beautiful card. This is your field of dreams coming true. All right, Mark. Unexpected visitors. So, Mark, are you willing to acknowledge some of your gifts? And I don't mean like the gifts of hunting, or the gifts of real estate, or the gifts of driving a nail into a 2x4, boating. I'm not talking about these gifts. These are unexpected visitors from the other side. The people you've helped, Mark. So Mark, everyone works with search and rescue. I don't actually know the term of it, but EMT. It's one of the many things that he's done. You've got these people coming through, and there was something about your presence, Mark, that helped them understand that they were no longer alive. and they want to come through and thank you. Are you willing to accept their gratitude? Are you willing to accept what they want to give you in return, or direct your path on having more joy, and give them permission to move out of your way obstacles that right now you really can't see, or you might not even be willing to see, and to move that out of the way. And so it's like if you had a knock on the door, you go answer the door, and there's a battalion of butlers and maids that someone's paid for to come clean your house and wait on you and cook your meals. And you go, no, 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 no. Wait a minute. Who did this? Who sent these people? No. You go, come on in. Thank you. Because it's the universe, it's God, it's source, however you want to say, that hired these maids, these butlers, these waiters to come. Put them to work. These are the unexpected visitors. This is divine timing. And be free of being embarrassed if they find spilled maple syrup on the kitchen floor. Like, oh, I should have cleaned that up. No, it's okay. They're here to do it. There's metaphysical things that happen, spiritual accidents, spilled milk, right? This is the time to let go of all of that and to let the unexpected visitors come in and clean it up. They got you. They got you. They're going to take care of you. Okay, we've got...
It's Edna next.
Hey, my dear Edna. Thanks for being on the show and for waiting. I love this. I'm so glad you're all on here. Edna, you want a different deck? Hang on. Okay. Edna, door to romance. Listen, there really is no fiction. Somewhere in those romance novels have really happened somewhere in some universe. It's a multiverse. Anything can happen. Are you willing to open up your heart? This is opening up your heart, Edna. And also drinking hibiscus tea. This is funny because it came up with Marilyn a few weeks ago. Marilyn Pitts. This is feeding your heart. Pomegranates, pomegranate juice, hibiscus tea. These are like physical things that will actually help open up the heart, to expand the heart. And that's happening big time, Edna. Big time. Your heart is uncaged. For the first time, maybe. It is absolutely beautiful. And then look up the number, spiritual number 33.
She should get a puppy for Jack.
Yeah, definitely. That's definitely door to romance. You do what you love. You absolutely do that. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
New to the show is Lance Spears. I think.
Lance!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, thank you, Lance, for being on here. Everybody welcome Lance. It's been a few years since I've seen you, brother. It's really great to have you.
Ashley Walsh is also on.
Okay. So, Lance, I love this card because this woman, one side of the bridge has no railing, and it's a rope bridge. So a little thing, kind of some unsteadiness. But you've got the other side, which is like a safety net. It's like a rope that you hang on to. Go ahead and do what it is you're afraid to do. Go forward. You're always going to be taken care of. You're going to get across it. You're going to get through it. You do have guidance. You do have that rope to hang on to if you need it. But there's this certain freedom. The thing is, in this life, nothing is uncertain. That can be a bad thing, or it can be a really good thing. Highly recommend you view it as a really good thing. And it's about letting go, but knowing the support is always there if you need it. But you're doing good, move forward, go with what it is you want to move forward to, whether it's a new job or a different way of being or retirement. It's something about, you'll know. It's so funny, you guys. I got to show you this picture. So Lance, his wife takes these. So so Lance, I got to show this picture to everybody. So his wife goes out. She found an old camera, and she goes out into the woods. And she asks the fairies if it's okay if she takes pictures of them. Okay? And it's so funny, Lance, that you're on tonight because I actually found this picture today. I've got to share it with all of you. So this is their porch, you guys, up near Prescott. She got a picture of a fairy. Is that and she has many of them. This is one of many that she's taken. And it's absolutely magical. So if you have that magic around you, Lance, and we all do, we absolutely all do. I do believe in fairies. Lance. They'll guide you. They'll protect you. I have it right here on my show. I have it over that I look at all the time. So.
Awesome. Yeah. Teresa, Mason, and Bonnie.
Teresa, all right, my dear. Oh, darling, you look good in purple. Also, I don't know if you're thinking about getting a black cat, but anyway, the black cat is viewed by some as unlucky or a bad omen. Not in this case. This is where you take the black cat and make it magic. So you take a situation, or you take an idea that people think is a bad idea, and you turn it into magic. Also, your third eye, this third eye, this awareness is opening up. So I would recommend, if you can order it online. It's Blue Lotus. Is it Blue Lotus? Mm-hmm. Essential oil. Blue Lotus, and it's very strong. You just need a dot of it. And it smells amazing, but that will help. Like you're needing to smell something to help you. And I tell you what, the olfactory bulb, the thing that does our smelling, is attached to the limbic system, which is like fight or flight. So smelling something, and Mark, everybody on the show, when you start getting upset, go to your spice cabinet, smell some cinnamon, smell some cloves. It controls memory and it controls emotions. And for you, Teresa, get some of this Blue Lotus. I'd highly recommend. It's very strong. Like I say, you don't need very much, but it will help even further open up that third eye and this more intuition. Okay.
Actually, Walsh, you can do last, and then that's everybody.
Okay, we've got Mason.
Oh, yeah, Mason.
Okay. All right, Mason. All right, Mason. So, welcome the angels. Like, there's angels, there's wonderful spirit guides around you. Welcome them. They're there to protect you. Tell them when you want protection. Tell them when they can go to lunch. And you don't, you know, but they're always around you. You can talk to them. Okay. Okay. And then Avani too. Okay, so Avani, so Teresa, try a little coconut oil on Avani's tummy. Just rubbing her tummy with it. Okay. And then we've got Ashley. Ashley, thank you for being here. All right, Ashley, I'm sending you a lot of angelic balance. Anywhere where you've become over worried, are you willing to let go of that now? Worry never climbed a hill. Worry never paid a bill. Anywhere where you're worried, the universe is giving you what it is that you think about most. And if you spend a lot of time in the worry category, it will give you more things to worry about. This is getting you back into balance. After this reading tonight, it will help you get right into balance. And that pole, you know, that those tightrope walkers carry, it's just become a little too weighted on one side. Okay? So this is about you coming into who you are. Okay? All right. Great blessings to everybody. We'll do this again Wednesday night. I love you all.